Hello, welcome back to another HP Gaming GameLINK video. This is a GameLINK Junior video, and today, as always, I am joined by our junior gamer extraordinaire,
Charlotte.
And I'm Matt, obviously, as we said. And today we're going to be showing you the 2 to 4 player game, Hey, That's My Fish. We're going to be showing you how to play and also having a bit of a playthrough as well. The ice is melting and the penguin families need to race around to collect as many fish as possible before the ice melts and floats away. So then to work together to collect as many fish as possible by also blocking other fish families, other penguin families I should say as well, to make sure that they get the most juiciest fish. Now, we're going to talk about the rules first, then we'll get into a bit of a playthrough. Obviously you get 4 different families here. Up to 4 players can play, but the penguin numbers change depending on the number of players in the game, isn't that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for a 4-player game, how many penguins do you play with? Can you remember?
3? 2.
Just 2, okay. But because we're setting up a 2-player game, we're going to use all 4 of our penguins. So Charlotte, which colour are you going to be?
Green.
You're going to be green, okay. And I'll be... what colour should I be?
Blue.
Blue, okay. So we'll get rid of these guys for now.
Ready.
One thing I will say about this game, the plastic sculpts for the penguin minis are amazing. They're really, really good. They've all got their own unique pose. Each family has the same set of pose, but they're all sorts of doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things. You got guys who are, no. We got a guy running across the ice, one of the penguins with huge amounts of fish in his arms. They're really awesome. They've got all different poses and they look fantastic, don't they? The little sculpts there look really, really good. You want to say something? You can say something, of course you can.
There's different tiles. There's the fish that has the legs, and there's the 3 fish that are all together in one.
That's right.
Disc.
So the different tiles that make up the ice flow that Charlotte's talking about, she's right, they're represented by a few different things. There are tiles that only have 1 fish, tiles that have 2, and tiles that have 3, and obviously they represent the different number of point values you can get in a game. We're going to get in nice and close. We're going to show you an example of movement, because on your turn you will move one of your penguins and then you'll take the tile they started their move on, thus reducing the ice, and it starts to dwindle as we move forward.
So if your penguin is stuck on the island and there's no more penguin, your penguin is out.
Is out. They're eliminated, aren't they?
Yes.
And then obviously doesn't necessarily, just because you're eliminated doesn't mean you've lost the game. The person with the most fish on their tiles at the end of the game is the winner. So in terms of movement, we'll get in nice and close and we'll show you the different rules that apply for movement. Okay, so the way the game gets set up, you'll take your turn starting with the youngest player, placing your penguins on fish that have just 1 fish on their tile. They'll place their first penguin, the next person in turn order will place their penguins until all the penguins are on the board. Then the game starts. Now for the game on your turn, you'll move a penguin first, and then you'll take the tile, as I said, that they're on. So in this case, if I was to move this penguin here, I can move him in any direction along the hex line. So I can go all the way along here, I can go all the way along here, and so forth. What I can't do is make my way through other penguins. So say this fellow was here and I wanted to get to the end, I can't move through this penguin, I can't even move through my own penguins. I have to make sure that I stop here. At the end of my turn, I would take the tile and put that into my stash. Now, obviously this creates a bit of a hole. I can't move across the holes either. So you have to make sure that, this is where the strategy comes in, you have to make sure that you're able to move around the board, collecting as many fish as possible. But you also need to make sure that you don't short suit yourself, because if you find, for example, all the other tiles are gone, let's just say, for example, I'll put this one back here. Let's just say that I'm here with this little blue fellow here, and that these tiles are all removed and there's just this one left. If a green player moves here, this penguin here can't move anymore and he's removed from the game. So just to recap, in terms of movement, a penguin can move along any of the hex lines. You can't move 3 this way and then 1 here. You have to make sure you maintain a straight direction, but you can move all the way to the end of the line if you want to. You can fill or jump all those tiles, and obviously as you finish your move, you remove the tile that you started on, thus reducing the playing field. Alright, so now we're going to show you a bit of a playthrough how this works. We're going to have a quick game, and hopefully my own strategy won't be my own undoing. Alright, you're going to take you on. As the youngest player, Charlotte will go first, so you will place one of your penguins on a single fish tile, and then I will do the same. It's your turn. So any tile that has a single fish, you can't place your penguins on anywhere that's got two fish or three fish. Doesn't matter where. Yes and no, there is a bit of forward thinking and strategy that goes into this, but ultimately the best laid plans can come undone. You can see we've sort of really divided the board amongst ourselves. So I'm just going to do something a little bit different and put myself there just to cause a bit of chaos, because that's how I roll. Again, Charlotte would start first, so it is your turn. And you're going to pick a penguin and move, and then take the tile.
I'm going to go over here.
Okay, so you take that one there. Sometimes when you're doing this, if you're not using a playmat, you might want to separate the tiles out a little, just so that it makes it a little bit easier for them to be collected. Sometimes when you're playing on a flat surface without the playmat, getting the tiles out can be a little bit tricky. So now it is my turn, and I am going to jump ahead here and take this one here. I know I can't move over the hole, that's okay, but it's your turn. And I'm landing on a spot with the three fish, so that's going to give me some points. Going all the way to the end, you take your single fish, good job. Now I'm going to go, decisions. I'm going to jump over here. Of course you can, go for it.
So if you get the same match, you have to put them on top of each other.
It is a good idea to do that. Charlotte's bang on. It's a good idea to stack your fish as you go. Single fish in stacks of 5, double fish in stacks of 5 equals obviously 10 points and so forth, just to make counting easier at the end of the game, so you know who is the winner. It is your turn, Charlotte. And all the way to the end? Yep, cool. I'm going to go this way and take this one out of the way. Alright, so I'm creating a bit of a hole here, but that's okay. We'll see what happens. Your turn. This one here might be in a bit of trouble, so you might want to consider moving him out of the way. All the way to the end, and you will take the 2. There you go, that's yours. Good job.
And you put the 2 over there.
And I'm going to move this fellow over to the 3. Just because
and
I can.
And also, if you get them mixed up, it might be kind of tricky counting them up. So you put the 1 fish in one pile and the 2 fish in one pile and the 3
right.
fish
Keep them all
in
the same
one
pile.
pile.
Makes it a bit easier to count up at the end. That's right. And it's your turn,
Okay,
Charlotte. Go for it.
I'm going
Now, as we dwindle these things down, we are going to implement a bit of house rules for you, just to give you a nice way to expedite the gameplay a little bit, rather than moving to every single tile as much as possible. And you'll see what happens when we get to that point. We'll stop and explain what we're doing.
And if there's a tile on its own and there's no one around it, that this turns onto
the water side. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, and it gets removed from the board. I'm going to go. I'm going to move here just to mix things up a little bit. And it's your turn, Charlotte. I know, I'm being sneaky, aren't I? I should have done that, and I will explain why. Take that one. Yeah. Okay. So the reason before I said that was a bit of a risky move, Charlotte's now in a position where she could literally just come across here and knock out 2 of my penguins in one go, which obviously puts me at a severe disadvantage as we move towards the end game. So ideally you want to keep your penguins spread out, but you also want to make sure you get enough points as well. So I'm going to move this fella up here out of the way. Good. And she scores 3 points. Very nice. Alright, I'm going to go... I'm in big trouble. Alright, I'm going to move here.
Because if I move my penguin all around here, you'll be in big trouble.
I'm already in big trouble down this end, but so is this fella here. Your turn. Quite a few holes already, and just a few quick turns, half the board's missing. Where are you going? All the way? Yep, okay. Now, do I try and go for the 3 points here, or do I try and move away? But that's going to give you all those tiles, isn't it? I need to try and figure out what I want to do.
You want.
I know, but I'm worried that I'm going to cause a bit of trouble here if I do it the wrong way. Alright, Charlotte, it is your turn once again. And be careful, you don't want to move too much. That's it. Okay, good job. That's yours. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to take...
that's a 5 stack, and then build another one of ones.
That's it. Alright, Charlotte, it's your turn again. It's alright, your turn. Go for it. What are you going to do? Big sticks. Good decision. I think it's a very safe bet. Okay. And this is what I was talking about before. I'm in a unique position now where pretty much anywhere I move is going to cause trouble. If I move this penguin here, who's on his own, it is going to separate these tiles from the main ice flow. Now, rather than have Charlotte go place to place to place to place to place to place to place, it takes 4 extra moves to do all that. If I move here, I claim this one for my stack, but because the penguin's on his own, is going to effectively float away and obviously move 1 space at a time. All those tiles now go across to Charlotte. But it does mean she loses that penguin, which means she gives her less choices to move around. You stack all those up, and then it's going to be your turn to move. Obviously, off you go. Go for it. Decisions, Charlotte. What are you going to do? Just swap down a bit. Oh. There, nice and simple. Okay, so you've separated my 2 penguins. They can't now move away. What I can do though, for me, I know, I can't move him. I'm trapped here. I can go here.
Oh, but if I move...
Yeah, but if I move here first, like this, it cuts him off and he has to go the other way, which I'll do. That'll stop. There we go. So now what it does mean is that...
But Daddy...
Okay, go on. Off you go. You're not going to stop on the 3? No? Okay. Good job. So now this penguin has effectively claimed all these tiles because he can't go past my own buddy here.
But
now,
you can just move over there.
I know, but I think what I'm going to do is move here, and that's going to give me all of those tiles. Alright, Charlotte, it's your turn. Go for it.
5.
No, you can count them up in the end. Hang on, it's alright, it's your turn now. What are you going to do? 3 penguins left apiece. And not a lot of fish left either, I must say. Yeah, yep.
If I move there...
Yeah, I know, I've got to be careful. I'm going to have to save this guy, so I'm going to jump right across here. There we go. Your turn. That was a very evil laugh.
Daddy, if my penguin moves there, he'll get that fish.
Okay, so you've actually blocked me quite a bit there.
1, 2, 3.
I'm going to jump across here though and remove this one, and what's going to happen there? There you go. And he's going to drift away as well.
Yes, I got a 3 feet.
Now, my move. Oh, he's lost 2 because he can't go anywhere either. So that comes to me. I'm going to move here and take this single. Your turn, Charlotte.
I'm going to move over here so I don't get trapped. Oh, Daddy.
Uh-oh, we've split the island. That's okay. Now, in this situation, because of the ice flows effectively been split, but there's still 2 penguins at play, we're not entirely sure who's got what. So in this instance, everything stays as it is. And it's now my turn. So I'm going to play it safe and just move 1 square over here to claim that one. Your turn. You're going to go that way, the other way. Oh, you sure you want to do that?
No.
No?
What?
I've moved the other way. So move there. Yep, that's it. Take this one. Now, this hex was not claimed, but because it's separated from everything else, it gets turned over and moved aside, and effectively becomes drifted away to ocean to nothing. It counts for nothing for nobody. And because these two fellows here are on their own and can't move, they get given back
Daddy,
to us.
Daddy, look, I get...
Going 1 for 1 here. I'm sort of trying to gauge how we're doing. I've got a lot of singles, but I don't know if that's going to work or not for me. It is now my turn, and I would be crazy not to go for a 3-pointer at this point. What are you going to do? You're going to go for 3? It's your turn. Yep. Oh, and we lose this one as well. Becomes ocean tile. And we've still got this one here. So the only place I can go is here. I get the 3-pointer and I can't move anymore, so I get that. Charlotte, you get both of those. Good job. And now we count up our points and we'll work out who is the winner.
There.
So we'll let the penguins move to side.
3, 4.
Okay, so we've put all our tokens, our fish tokens, into separate piles, mostly of 5s, and then with the 3-pointers, we've put them into piles of 2, so we know there's 6 per pile. In this case, we're going to make sure that we have work out our totals to see who is the winner. And looks can be deceiving. Some of the piles might be a little bit more deceptive. Here we go. So Charlotte, in this case, the green penguin family, has 5, 10, 11 ones. This is 10, because it's 5 by 2 is 21, 31, 32, 33. Then we've got 39, 45, 46, 47, 48 points for Charlotte. That's a good score, 48 points. Then for the blue family over here, we have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 27, and then we have 35 points, there's only 4 there, 35, 61, 35, 41, 47, 48, 49, 50. 50 points. 2 points in it, Charlotte. That's amazing. Good game.
Who won?
Just. That was a lot. That was very close.
Who won?
Who won? Okay, so we've got 48, 50.
You won.
By 2 fish. By literally just one of these. Now, if we look at the tokens that were missed, it's literally 2. So it could have been a tie. Oh my goodness, that was close. That was close. So the beautiful thing about Hey That's My Fish is most of the games you'll find will be quite close, even if you don't intend them to be. You can never quite tell who's won until you get to the very end. What are your thoughts on this one, Charlotte? What do you think?
So, I like how the tiles are, they are like cardboard because I like how they're not so heavy much.
Yeah, nice and easy, aren't they? They're good. Make a good noise when you stack them. Good token quality, which is nice. For a little box, there is a lot of game in this strategy. It's very simple to play, very easy to pick up and play. Very simple rule sheet in there. The added depth once you start getting the 3 and 4 players, having just 2 penguins to maneuver around, really comes into play. And there's something in this box I think for junior gamers and for older gamers alike to really love.
And I know like how the penguins go. Like
how they move around the board, yeah, and the little faces and things they're making too, which is awesome. We'll get some. Probably already have shown you some close-ups of those. It's very simple. Leave them alone, poor penguins. What did they ever do to you? Very simple premise.
They make me news.
Yeah, very simple premise, but at the same time, there's a lot that you can get out of this little box, and I think don't write it off. Yes, it's great for kids. But I think a lot of the older gamers will get a lot out of this as well. We have played this as well with a small footprint and its adaptability. We've played this pretty much everywhere. We've taken it on the road, we've taken it to different places, it's travelled with us, it's gone to restaurants with us. We actually played this at restaurants while we were waiting for meals, had a couple of games in, and we sat down with a big group of people at a work function. And they all came around the table and went, oh, what's going on? And they all got involved as well. So it's a great icebreaker. Get it? Icebreaker to get people into the strategic sort of gaming as well.
And I like how the fish is not swimming and they're really frozen.
Yeah, they're frozen on the ice, aren't they? And they're trying to get back into the water, but the pesky penguins are coming to get them. All right, well, out of 10, Charlotte, what do you think about Hey That's My Fish?
A 10.
A 10?
And say 29.
A 29 out of 10. There you go. Straight from the young gamer's mouth, so to speak.
What do you think
by all
about
means,
it,
check it
Daddy?
out. Look, this is one of my favourites too. I really like it. We
What
play
do
it a
you
lot.
think out of 10 and another number?
Out of 10, based on components, based on replayability, based on variations, if all the players agree, you don't have to set up the board the way we set it up. You can do a different pattern if you wish. Out of 10 in terms of the gaming factor and the fact that, and because I think it works well with smaller gamers as well as older gamers, and there is some deep strategy in there, I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10.
And you can also do like 3s, piles, and 4s because, and then you can just make shapes while the other person is playing. So you can just make triangles.
You can play with the hexes to make different designs. I think what Charlotte is trying to say is that there's very little downtime, and it keeps you nice and focused in this one as well.
Yeah.
All right. Look, we'll be back soon with some more HP gaming stuff. So by all means, please check back with us. We're going to go have some fish by the sounds of things. Please check back on the website. Please make sure you like the video. If you've got any questions or rules you wanted to check off the list or have explained further details, please just leave comments in the comments below this video. Subscribe so you stay up to date with anything we post that's new, and we'll see you back at the table very, very soon. But for now, goodbye from me.
Bye-bye.
And goodbye from her as well.
Bye-bye.
You crazy kid.